Hey guys,
Hey guys,
here we are live again.
Yes.
It is now what, March?
I think
the
it's
months the months just keep flowing by.
Yeah.
February was like pretty quick.
So was January.
So January was really
I think
quick.
some of our neighbors still have their Christmas lights up.
Yeah.
So I'm not sure if I'm past that.
Yeah, it's not just us, it's other people. I think it's taking forever. But so great to have you guys here for the month of March. Let me just kind of jump right in and give everybody another heads up and a warning that if you want to be part of the 750K, we're so close. We're at 746,000 subscribers, which we appreciate all of your support. Did you ever imagine
that we would be this
close
to 750?
No. I remember how excited I was just to have 1,000 subscribers.
I remember.
And then 10,000.
And I'm sure some of the people here can remember
that. We're part of that. Yeah, they've been on this. So many of them have been on this journey for so long. But if you want to be able to win with the giveaways, we're going to be giving away a lot of stuff, including another TV.
Wow.
Make sure you go to RaitiesRides.com. RaitiesRides.com. That's our website.
Mm-hmm.
And you want to register your email.
Just your email. That's
just your email.
Because what I do is I go in and grab all the emails, and don't try to do it a bunch of times because then I just filter the file, right? And then that's it. And then we will do a live drawing on air when we have our live Q&A to celebrate.
Lots of drawings.
750,000. That's going to be in May.
Yes.
Yeah.
So the that's going to take place in May.
The celebration.
And we'll talk more about that in a second. The celebration is going to be on May 15th. At Walker Ford. That's a Sunday.
That's
Sunday
an in-person one.
That's the in-person one.
And then we're going to have a virtual one for you guys shortly after that, too.
Yes.
So stay tuned for the exact date.
We are not going to forget all of you that can't make it to Walker Ford for the celebration. But I think that so far things are going good this year, right? When you agree?
I mean, we're pretty busy, and it's an exciting time.
It's a good busy.
You know, I think the one thing that most people are probably the most disappointed about, at least from Raity's Rides subscribers, and probably Joe Raiti from Raity's Rides, has to be that Subaru WRX STi news.
And we already got our first super chat. Remember, you guys know how this works. If you want to have your question pop up and guaranteed that we're going to see it and answer it, use the super chat feature. We appreciate everything. And we are also going to try to dig through all the comments. Real quickly, before I get to the super chats, we got to thank Jacob for locking it down as the moderator. So try not to spam too much. It just makes it harder for everybody.
And then Jacob will zonk you.
And Jacob will zonk you, and no Twinkies for you if he zonks you.
Anthony Baez.
Thank you for the super chat. He's got a real simple, straightforward question. Toyota Camry or Nissan Altima? I think in the end, for me, I would have to go Camry. What do you think?
I think you're spot on.
Yes, I think because of the 8-speed automatic, because of all the great trims that they have, when you're comparing it to the Altima is nice. It's just that CVT stinks. It really does.
Stickler,
So, but great question, Anthony.
Jaden's here.
Jaden is here. Jaden got his new license plate. He actually asked me if it was okay. Personalized plate that says Zonks.
That's really cute.
So, Jaden, thank you for doing that. And I'm sure that there will be Raity's Rides fans that see your license plate and give you a nice honk because they know what's up. So
and here's
thank
a question
you for the super
that's a
chat.
great question to start off with. Ice Waves 51 Gaming. What do you think of the Acura Integra?
You know, Ice Wave 51, I think it's pretty good so far. I mean, for what they're able to do, things are different, times are different. I'm just glad that they brought the Integra back.
Right?
And it was nice to see it in some different colors.
It really was nice.
The blue, Apex blue.
And we got to see it outside at Daytona, and it looks very different. But that was still the
concept.
I know. That's
whereas this is the real deal, and we're going to be seeing it at the New York Auto Show. So next month, we're going to see the new Integra at the New York Auto Show. So stay tuned for that.
Definitely. And you can count on us being on the media
Of course.
events.
Yes, of course. Yeah. Oh, we're going to be driving it. I love the fact that it's got a 6-speed manual.
I know.
With a limited slip diff.
I love the fact that it's priced right.
Yeah.
So, I mean, that's
so very true. But great question.
Yep.
We got Benji in the house,
Hey,
our
Benji.
longtime buddy here. He originally from Walker Ford in Clearwater, and now he's up in Tennessee.
Don't tell anybody, but he's at work and he's listening in. So
awesome, Benji. I will not.
Anybody.
Don't rat on Benji. Snitches get stitches, and he says just want to let y'all know I'm here. I'm at work, but I'm listening in. Love y'all. Well, we love you too, Benji, and it's always great to have you here. Thanks for the super chat.
Before we get to the next super chat, how are you feeling about the WRX STi?
WRX STi, it hurts. It really hurts that they killed it off. I was starting to get super excited of what this 5th gen STI was going to be all about. And yes, it's not exactly how it used to be on the original STIs, but you know what? Just having an internal combustion engine in that flat 4 turbocharged engine in an STI, they were working on it. So why spend all that money and just dump it?
Well, and why not take the STI, sort of make it a separate brand where it's just focused on internal combustion engine performance?
Yeah, that could
and then
be
make the Legacy and the Outback
make those electric. Yeah, make those electric.
So anyway, we have a question here from Jaden.
But real quick, before we get to that, if you have not seen my vlog, I just put it up yesterday. It's a very I think it's very informative.
It is very informative.
Yes. Very informative vlog, not only about what the heck happened to the WRX STI, why did they kill it off,
the history of the
WRX STI. So definitely check that out. It's already up in the channel under the vlogs tab.
Yes.
But we got Jaden is here again. Thank you, Jaden, for the super chat. He says, what is the purpose of resistors for LEDs? It makes sure that the LED light flashes at a proper speed rather than super fast to where you might not even see it blinking because the LEDs are so bright. So that's why there's resistors in that kind of setup. So great question, Jaden.
We've got a question here from Orange. Would you buy a TLX Type S?
Orange, that is a very good question. And you know what? If I was looking for a mid-size sedan, I could care less, as you already know, about having the most horsepower. And yes, you could go get an Audi, you could go get a Mercedes-Benz, and you could option it up and have lots of horsepower. It's going to cost you. I like the balance, and I'm all about balance, and I really feel that the Acura TLX Type S, for the price, brings plenty of performance. Plus, you're going to get that bulletproof Acura reliability.
Well, that's really true, and it looks good.
Yes.
And I can't say this name. Scope Nasty Nick 0108.
Just put Nasty Nick.
Nasty Nick. What's the next Z price?
Well, we're looking at it starting probably in the mid-30s, around 35,000. I think if you want one with some good options, you're going to be looking at around $42,000, $43,000.
And good news is we're going to be going on that media drive at the
end of next month, April. We will be at Las Vegas.
Yeah.
We'll be at Las Vegas Motor Speedway, and we'll be driving the new Z.
Mark Gooch is here listening in.
The Gooch from Walker Ford. Mark is one of the guys that helps me get the cars together at Walker Ford and sometimes takes the drive with me. So great to have you, Mark. He just bought a 2020 Civic
Sport?
A Sport, I believe. Yes.
I saw that. Yes. Yeah. And then Tones, what are the purpose of diffusers besides look?
Very, very good question. Diffusers help clean up the air. So if there's a diffuser underneath the back of the car, there's a lot of turbulence coming off the back of the car. Have you ever looked in your rearview mirror when it's just got done raining and the spray is going all over the place?
Yeah.
That's from the turbulence. So what the diffuser does is it cleans up the air and it helps pull the car down.
That's kind of important.
So, yes.
We have a super chat here from Plasma de Dal. So thank you so
much.
Thank you
for the super chat.
I'm looking forward to more Taggy coverage from you two. I'm curious what you say when people say the Integra isn't powerful enough or luxurious enough and it's just a Civic in a tux.
If you go back, first of all, great question. Thank you for the super chat. If you go back to the original Integra, there was still a lot of complaints about that car. I think we tend to forget the bad things from the past and we just kind of remember the good things. Yep. It's sort of like when old girlfriend kind of comes into your mind and you just maybe remember the good things, but you don't remember the bad things. And there was obviously lots of bad things because that's why she's your ex. But anyways, when it comes to the Integra, I think for right now, the balance is there. I don't like the fact that they gave it a CVT. I wish that the automatic was a 10-speed automatic out of the TLX, but I'm waiting for a Type S. There's going to be a Type S version, so stay tuned for that. But I'm happy with it as of right now, and we'll definitely be bringing more.
Yeah, absolutely. Jaden is back with a question here, a super chat. Difference between normal and carbon ceramic.
Very good, Jaden. So a normal braking system has a steel rotor, and you got your regular brake pads. A carbon ceramic rotor is actual carbon material, fiber material, sort of like a synthetic where it helps dissipate heat faster and it weighs less than a steel rotor.
Okay, good.
Yes.
Good to know. Isaac, thank you so much for the super chat. He says, would you do another review on the new 2022 Camry TRD, and what are your final thoughts?
Yes, definitely, Isaac. Thank you for the super chat. We're going to be doing more Camry TRDs.
Always, yeah.
I'm hoping to get one very, very soon. And I think, you know, if you don't want to go the Honda Accord route, a TRD Camry is really, really cool looking.
Agree.
Drives nice, and it's a good price.
Completely agree.
I mean, $32,000. That's a lot of car for the money.
Very comfortable car too. Ron, thank you so much for the super chat. Hey, Joe and Lori, love the NSX footage. What's the difference between the regular NSX and the Type S besides horsepower? Also, did you guys do some wine tasting when you were in Sonoma?
Thank you, Ron, for the super chat, and great question. First of all, there's a lot of aerodynamic differences. The nose is totally different on the Type S. The rear end of the car is totally different. It actually has the carbon fiber rear diffuser from the GTD race car that races in the IMSA WeatherTech series. And unfortunately, we did not get to do any wine testing. When we go to these media events, we are working. Plus, of course, we're driving. So drinking and driving does not mix. And
we basically did 3 reviews in a day.
Yeah. And then we had to go to Porsche. Yeah. We were in and out and then had to go.
Yeah.
So, but thank you for a great question.
Beautiful. And we
beautiful area. Yes. And we got amazing food and footage.
Yeah.
Yes.
Absolutely. And then
thank you, Ron.
Lucas is here with a super chat. Hey guys, will Honda bring back the Accord V6?
Lucas, I don't think it's ever going to happen. I really think with the way that we're going towards cars being more efficient, a V6 just not as efficient as the inline 4 turbocharged engine. So unfortunately, it ain't going to happen.
Yeah. Mark has a question. Thanks for the super chat, Mark. Given the lack of new vehicles on dealer lots, are manufacturers taking orders to spec like Jaguar? I understand the wait might be long. What are your thoughts?
Mark, that's an excellent question. Thank you for that generous super chat. And that was something I wanted to talk about. Yes, more and more dealerships are doing basic custom orders. You go in, you spec the car exactly how you want it. Now, remember, it's going to take about 3 to 5 months on average to get the car.
Now, is that with the short?
No, that's normal.
That's normal.
Remember when I ordered my 2015 STI? Yeah. It took forever and we kept going down there.
Yeah.
So that's normal time. Yes, that's the normal time. It could be a little bit longer. Plus, if your car is spec'd a certain way, there could be a shortage of a certain option, which holds it up.
Yeah.
So great question. I say if you're going to do it and you don't mind waiting, put the order in and get the car how you want it.
Absolutely. Great question. And then Jason has a super chat. Thank you so much, Jason. During these difficult times in the world each day, I look forward to your charismatic and hilarious reviews. Joe and Lori are the goats. Jason, thank you.
Jason, first of all, thank you for that generous super chat. We really appreciate you. You know, it actually helps us get through these turbulent times, being able to have fun, bring the car reviews, share the car passion.
Try to make you guys laugh.
Yeah, you know, life is too short. And if you are doing something like a car review and you can't have a few laughs along the way, I don't know. That sounds like a problem.
It does sound like a problem. Thanks,
we will continue to bring it to you, and we appreciate your support and your super chat. Thank you.
Absolutely. Greg also has a super chat. Acura Integra or Mazda 3 Turbo?
Great question, Greg. I am going to go Acura Integra. Now, obviously, I haven't driven the Acura Integra, but let's just compare it to the Civic Si, because if you get a manual, it's very close. It's 200 horsepower, limited slip diff, multi-link independent rear suspension. That's going to make the Integra handle and perform so much better than that Mazda 3. Even though the Mazda 3 Turbo has all-wheel drive, it is a good system. It's just it's under-tired. And what I mean by that is that it's not sleepy. It's not like a sleepy car. What I mean is that the tires are too skinny. They got 215s. I need a little bit more rubber to meet the road. And you just get that better connected feeling. Even though the Civic Si, just like the Integra, is front-wheel drive with the limited slip diff, it just hooks up and goes.
Well, and Greg, we actually have a Mazda 3 Turbo with us this week. So
stay tuned
for that review.
Very good question.
Yeah, really great question. And then Jaden is back with another super chat. Difference between fiberglass and normal windshield?
Well, Jaden, it's all going to come down to weight and what the manufacturer structure is. I haven't really seen fiberglass windshields very often, but you do have to be careful. Always try to get factory replacement glass. And your insurance company may not always want that because it costs a little bit more. But the reason why is not all glass is created equal. And sometimes if you go with a knockoff brand, it's not as clear.
No.
So something to think about, Jaden. Yeah, it's crazy.
But it's true.
Great super chat question.
And then Marco, thank you for
the super chat.
Marco,
thank you for the super chat. We appreciate you.
A question or comment here though. So if you'd like to put that in just without a super, just go ahead and throw it in the comments and then we'll get it. But thank you so much. Thank you, Marco. Everybody, thank you for your generosity.
Yeah, and thank you for being here, guys. We're at over 200 people.
Oh my gosh, that's amazing.
It's amazing.
To have so many people. And then Rocky World.
Rocky World, Canada. We love our Canadians.
Yes. Do you think it's wise to buy a car with gas hikes?
You know, Rocky World, thank you for your super chat. It's one of those things that, listen, everything ebbs and flows. You look at the stock market, prices could be high, prices could be low. It goes up, it goes down. I really firmly believe that eventually fuel prices are going to go back down. Look at what happened in 2008, 2009, 2010. Gas prices were $3.40, $3.50, almost $4 a gallon, and then they went back down. I think, in essence, we kind of got a little too comfortable because during the pandemic, gas prices were so low because nobody was driving. Nobody was going anywhere. So I think we kind of took that for granted.
Absolutely.
And expected that to just be the norm. And obviously, it isn't the norm. Now, I firmly believe that oil companies are obviously controlling the pricing, the oil speculators and everything else. But I wouldn't hold off from buying a car just because gas prices are high.
Yes, and I highly recommend turning off the television and stepping away from the news.
Yes, watch Raity's Rise.
Yes, just watch Raity's Rise instead. But that was a really great question. And then we have an awesome little fox over here from DIY.
That's awesome. We love the fox.
So much.
Thank you for that. Yes, thank you for that super chat. We appreciate you.
And then Papa, thank you for the super chat. Can't wait for the on throttle when you guys test the Z.
Trust me.
He's been waiting.
So can I. And what's really cool is that Las Vegas Motor Speedway kind of holds a sweet spot in my heart because that's where I went to racing school. All the way back in 1998, I went to the Derek Daly. I'm that old. All the way back in 1998, I went to the Derek Daly Racing Academy there. Derek Daly was actually a factory Nissan driver for part of his career.
That's pretty cool.
And it was the only racing school at the time, even compared to Skip Barber and Bob Bondurant and all the other schools, that had onboard computer telemetry.
Wow.
So what that meant was every time we would go out for a practice session, we would come back and our driving instructor could plug his laptop into our car and see exactly what we're doing.
That's really cool.
And
that was the only school back then.
Well, because it was 1998.
Yeah,
think about dial-up at that time.
Different back then.
But great. Thank you for the super chat, Papa. And we can't wait to bring it to you.
And then Carl, thank you so much.
Carl, thank you, Carl. We appreciate you, man. Thanks for the support.
I'll keep an eye out.
Yes.
Oh, there he is.
What's he got?
Have you ever reviewed an M-Benz G-Wagon? These are now selling for $300,000.
Carl, thank you for the super chat. Great question. I have reviewed a few of them, including some special edition ones. So definitely search that in the YouTube search bar. You just put like G-Wagon or Mercedes-Benz G-Wagon and Raiti's Rides, and all the reviews will come up.
Yeah.
But great question. And yes, prices on those have gone ballistic.
Yeah, it's kind of ridiculous.
Even before the pandemic.
Yeah. And then Jaden is just chiming in here that fiberglass is used on the Vet.
Well, fiberglass is used not in the windshield.
Not in the windshield.
There's structural parts, but now they're using a lot of plastic composites.
That's
it's not like fiberglass back in the 1970s.
No, where you would like touch it and get
layer. You got to layer it down and all that.
Okay, and then we
great
have
question, Jaden,
from Anthony Baez. Thank you so much again, Anthony. Have you seen the 2022 Nissan Rogue, and did you know it has the new Nissan badge?
Yes, Anthony. We are going to be trying to track one of those down because the new Nissan Rogue not only has the new Nissan badge, you could actually get one with a variable compression turbo engine, the VC turbo engine.
That's cool.
That we brought to you guys in the Altima. You could get it in the Rogue. I'm curious how it drives.
Very good. And
Mr. LV,
gosh, we have another
Mr. LV.
Mr. LV, thank you. Any information on the Acura RDX Type S, and do you think Honda will produce an all-wheel drive Accord?
Mr. LV, those are really great questions. Thank you for the super chat. First of all, I don't think the Accord is going to get all-wheel drive. I really don't. I don't see Honda really having a push to do it, even though it would probably be a good idea.
It would be a good idea.
You know, it's one of those things. I don't think they're going to do it. They don't have a lot of cars with all-wheel drive if you look at their history. And yes, there will be an RDX Type S, but not until probably mid next year. Okay. So definitely stay tuned for that. I'm excited to bring it to you.
Absolutely. Mark G, thank you so much for the super chat. 3 to 5 months is nothing. I painfully waited 15 months for my C8. Thanks for your answer. Yeah, 15 months.
Mark G, I totally feel for you, man. And that the C8 Corvette is one of those situations where shortage of parts, shutting down of the factories. There are people, believe it or not.
There are people?
I know you're going to find this to be crazy. There are people that were one of the first ones to pre-order a Bronco in 2020.
Do tell.
They still haven't gotten theirs yet.
Why?
Because a lot of it had to do with the hardtop. If you option the hardtop, because they had manufacturing issues from the company that makes them from Ford, it's been a big holdup.
And so if you ordered it in that really pretty red color.
Yeah, like Rapid Red. If you had a 2020, say Wild Track in Rapid Red,
too bad you don't.
Too bad you don't get Rapid Red.
Oh gosh, hope you like different colors.
It's a big mess.
Yes. All right, and then Kenton. Hey, Kenton.
Kenton is here.
Worth waiting on the Nissan Ariya.
You know, Kenton, that's a really good question. It has my curiosity. I'm very impressed with what Nissan is doing as of late, you know, bringing a lot more style, a lot more better driving environment.
Yeah, absolutely.
And I think the Ariya, I mean, they were the first Japanese car company to have an electric vehicle that really was wide sold.
That's true.
And that's the Leaf. So they have the experience. I can't wait to get behind the wheel of it. So stay tuned.
Very soon.
Yes, very soon. Yes.
I really like the interior.
The interior, they did a great job.
And then my friend Beth is watching. Hi, Beth.
Hey, Beth. Thanks for watching.
And then Greg is here with a super chat.
Rick is here from New Mexico.
Oh, wow.
We love New Mexico.
Oh,
I know you love New Mexico.
Santa Fe.
Yes, Rick. Yes. Hey, Rick.
Greg is here with a super chat. Always appreciate the reviews. I test drove a Kia EV6 Wind. Nice ride, but not ready for EV yet. Thoughts?
Greg, that's a really good super chat question there, and I appreciate the super chat. The EV6 is probably one of my favorite EVs. I like the GT line. I haven't driven the Wind yet, but the GT line really impressed me. I'm not on board for EVs. You guys know how I feel right now. I think right now we're moving a little too quickly, and it's almost like beta testing. I feel like a lot of the people who are buying EVs right now are really
because you have to totally restructure your whole life around where you're charging this vehicle because
So
it's convenient yet, which it will be eventually.
Yeah. Hopefully when I'm long gone, but which is a long time from now.
Okay.
But anyways, great question. But I do like the EV6. That's probably one of my favorite. I think you would have.
I love the EV6.
Yes.
I really.
You even liked it better than the Ioniq.
I absolutely did. Yes. I think it's a beautiful style. I love the look.
It drives like a car.
Yeah, and the infotainment, the technology in it is spot on. The seats were great.
Great question.
Big fan. That's my favorite EV right now. Let's see. All Cars Guy 03.
Thank you for that generous super chat. We appreciate you.
I'll look and see.
You guys are awesome.
If there's anything in the regular chat from All Cars Guy.
I didn't see anything. But if something comes up, if you have a question, try to put it in there. We'll try to spot it.
Yep. And then Landon, any news on the 4Runner redesign? Appreciate y'all. Thanks, Landon.
Landon, I think that we probably won't see that until next year. And the reason why is Toyota has their hands full with bringing a lot to market right now. Guess what? In a couple weeks, we are going to be bringing to you, I like doing this, I like zooming in. We're going to be bringing to you the GR Corolla. Yes, the actual production GR Corolla. And think about this. For all of us that are pissed off that Subaru got rid of the WRX STi and miss a hatch, here is a hot hatch, all-wheel drive with the same engine out of the GR Yaris, which is supposed to be a pretty potent engine. So stay tuned because we're going to bring it to you first here on Raity's Rise. But GR Corolla, I really think 4Runner will be next year, 2023.
And then Icy has a super chat. Thank you, Icy. Thoughts on Dodge discontinuing Hellcats for a V6?
Who was that again?
Icy.
I'm sorry. Icy, thank you for the super chat. First of all, I'm not happy about it. I really feel like the Charger and the Challenger really built a name for Dodge, especially in the modern era. And I don't know how it's going to be with a V6, if that's going to be even the setup. But it's going to be some type of hybrid or purely electrified vehicle. It's going to be interesting, and we're going to bring it to you. So stay tuned.
I think if they get the sound right, there could be some people that could forget.
Some people,
a few people,
not me. Sorry.
Maybe.
Yeah. Okay.
We'll see.
Sure.
We'll see.
Whatever you say.
All Cars Guy, thank you
for
so
that. You're
much.
being very generous. We appreciate everybody who's here tonight. 253 people, and we're only 24 minutes in.
That's really awesome.
You guys are great.
I know
we literally have the best fans.
We really do
on YouTube. We really do.
We really do. And so, All Cars Guy, thank you again for this another amazing
Yes, we
super
appreciate
chat.
that.
2 questions. Which sport compact is better, Mini Cooper JCW, Volkswagen GTI, and why?
Mm-hmm.
And then, will the Alfa Romeo Tonale save the company or not?
Let me start with the second question because that one's easier. I don't think it's going to save it. I really don't. It sits on a Jeep. What's that little one?
Compass.
Nope, smaller than that.
Renegade.
Renegade. It sits on it. Very good. I'm freaking impressed.
Nice. It's like
Car babe number 1 here. But anyway, you just made my night. But anyways,
that was easy.
Yeah.
See you guys later.
Yeah, see you later. I don't think it's going to save the company. Being on the same chassis as a Jeep Renegade, I think it's like too little, too late. I would love to see Alfa Romeo succeed, but with 3 cars, and what's interesting is during this period of time where there's car shortages, their sales have not really increased much. Still lots of Alphas sitting at the dealerships, even though they're sexy cars,
are very sexy
and they're fun to drive. Now, to your first question,
yes.
If you were to ask me that last year, I probably would have said GTI.
Yeah.
But now the GTI, with the way the infotainment system is, and I love your Mini Cooper.
Well, I've got a Mini Cooper.
Yes, Cooper S.
Cooper S. Yeah, that's a manual.
Yes.
And the JCW you've driven.
It's like a go-kart for the street, man. It's a fun car to drive.
To me, the difference is like almost like how you come across. Like the Mini Cooper JCW is a little bit more sporty, more youthful.
Sure.
Whereas the GTI could be a little bit more dressed up. I mean, you
might.
You know what I mean? I guess.
Could be. Yeah. I mean, it's just. I personally just like the way the Mini Cooper, the John Cooper Works drives.
It drives amazing.
The steering is so much more on point. It really, really is.
Yeah, whereas the GTI is a little softer.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So that's what we would do. But thank you for those super chats and those 2 questions.
Nice. Yes. And then Dan has a super chat.
Dan the man.
Do you miss the old 90s or early 2000 JDM eras? I feel like the modern JDM cars have lost their appeal of the old JDM spirit.
Listen, Dan, I'm with you 100%, man.
A
Nissan 300ZX twin turbo, Mazda RX-7 twin turbo, Toyota Supra twin turbo, Mitsubishi 3000 GT VR4, Mitsubishi Eclipse, Dodge Stealth RT, even though that is an American branded car, was worked with Mitsubishi in combination between the 2 companies. Even cars going back to the 80s, like the Mitsubishi Starion. I mean, that was a cool freaking car. And I miss those cars. And you're right. It's not the same. But the newer cars are more reliable for the most part, and they have more amenities.
Yeah.
Like better working air conditioning. And in Florida in the summer, AC is very happily welcomed.
Yeah, that's very true.
Yes.
That's a good point. And then T. Howard, thank you so much for
Thank you for that super chat, T. Howard. We appreciate it.
I'll see if I can find it in the comments there. And then Mr. LV is
back again.
Chat. Why in the world has Nissan not updated, this is in all caps,
yes,
or redesigned the Maxima or Infiniti Q50?
To be honest with you, Mr. LV, I don't think they're sure if they're going to keep those vehicles around. That's why I think they have not been redesigned. As much as I love the Maxima heritage, I don't really see a point to a Maxima. I would love to know how many they sell each year, because it can't be a very high number. The Ultima has grown to almost the size of what the Maxima has grown to. So I really don't see a point to it. And the same thing with the QX50. I mean, it's one of those things where when you have other vehicles that are so close to the way that it looks, what do you do? So it's going to be interesting to see if they drop it. All I do know is that Nissan and Infiniti need to, like, you know how there's that old saying, measure twice, cut once?
Yes.
They got to measure like 15 times and cut once, because they don't have a lot of revenue and resources to just throw away.
That's true.
So
very true.
Yes.
Good point. Thank you guys so much for the super chats. We have 3 more here. One from Mike Nichols. Thanks, Mike. I went in to trade my 20 ES 350 for a hybrid because of the current situation, but ended up falling in love with and getting a 22 ES 350 F Sport instead. Hopefully that wasn't a mistake. Keep up the great work.
Listen, Mike, you know, I'm a firm believer. You got to be smart, but it gets to the point where you got to enjoy what you're driving. I mean, we spend, and when I say we, I'm talking about just the world. We spend here in the United States a lot of time behind the wheel of our cars. It'd be nice if you're working for it to actually enjoy it. So I think you made a good decision. It's not like you went out and bought a Lexus RCF or something like that, which would have been fun, but you're still, I mean, you're not killing yourself fuel economy wise. So I would say just go with it, and hey, what will be will be. I mean,
I think you're gonna do just fine.
Yes, definitely.
And Benji's here with the super chat again. Are you all excited about the 6-speed Supra?
Benji, I am definitely excited for that 6-speed manual Supra. I think a lot of people have been waiting for that, and it's going to be interesting to see.
So it's true then?
It is true. April 28th, they're going to publicly unveil it. My curiosity is who's making it.
Oh, that is a good question.
Is it sourced from BMW, or is it a separate company, or where's this manual coming from?
Very good question.
So, because you could have a manual and it could be a crappy manual, like you're rowing, you know, I like more like that.
It's very specific.
Yeah, with those sounds too.
Okay, good to know. Thank you for the super chat, Benji. Jaden has a super chat. Maybe considering teaching viewers how to do car basics such as drive a stick, changing flat tires, and some other of the questions that
Jaden, thank you for that super chat again, and we're actually working towards that. I want to try to bring a little bit more variety to the channel. We're still always going to do car reviews because that's what we do. But I want to do more car related stuff. For example, like the video I put tonight where it's purely just me driving the NSX Type S at Daytona and Sears Point to share that experience and give you some detailed information of how the car drives rather than just having it in a regular review, which I also have that as well. So we're branching out.
Very good. Good to know. And then Amy75 has a
thank you, Amy.
Pair that
we love that pair guy.
Pair booty.
Thank you, Amy. We appreciate that.
And then T Howard, want to drive my 66 Lotus Elan being restored, come back in 2 years. Haha.
Listen, we'll still be here, and I would love to have the honor to drive a iconic car like that for sure.
Yeah, no kidding.
Yeah.
All right, so we're caught up.
All right, we could go through the regular other questions here.
Yes.
What do you think of the Series Hyper Blue STI? That's from Hubs 33. I love the Hyper Blue. I think that color is phenomenal. Really fits the STI, and if you can find one, they're rare as heck. If you could find one, jump on it.
And then when will we? Danny wants to know, when are we going to review the Hummer EV and the refreshed Silverado?
Well, that kind of goes into what we're doing next week. We will be behind the wheel of 3 new vehicles. Three. Mazda MX-50, GMC Hummer EV truck, and Jeep Grand Cherokee 4xe.
And the following week, we're doing the BZ4X and the GR Corolla.
GR Corolla. So stay tuned for that.
Yes.
David's got a great...
Hey,
David, our good buddies. David, also a nice patron from our Raity's Rise Patreon.
Page. How are you? Joe and Lori sent you a message today. Miss you both. I'll be adding a 4th EV soon. The ID
Oh, my Lord,
all right,
David.
So David, we're coming over to your house.
David, I'll have to check my text messages. We were so busy today. You'll see why when you see some of the reviews coming up. But I hope you're feeling well and doing well. Obviously, you're doing well because you're getting another EV to the corral. But
and it's your mother's birthday.
Yeah, that's right. So that's really, really awesome. So thank you for everything.
Thanks, David.
Yeah.
And then Jason, thank you for the super chat. Did you have a favorite toy car or Hot Wheels from your childhood?
That's a great question, Jason. I can remember when I was a kid living in Brooklyn, New York. I had lots of Hot Wheels. I mean, I had lots of Hot Wheels, but one in particular was a bright red Ferrari 308, just like Magnum PI drove in the original, not the new Magnum PI, the original Magnum PI with Tom Selleck. That Ferrari 308 Hot Wheels car, just I would sit it on I remember in the living room on the second floor where we were living in this apartment.
In New York?
In New York, yeah. In the same building that my grandmother owned.
Right.
And I remember putting it on the windowsill, and I would just sit there like this and just imagine what it would have been like to be behind the wheel.
Little Joey.
Yes. So
how cute.
Hopefully I answered that, which I know I did, but I gave you probably more than what you wanted.
And then thank you so much, Jason. And now we have Chabby's Rides.
Chabby's Rides is back.
Thanks, Chabby's Rides. Hey, Joe and Lori, just checking in, loving the content. 12 months is still waiting for my Mach 1.
Wow. You know, it's one of those things, Chabby, that Ford seems to be getting hit hard. You know, Toyota was able to weather the storm for quite a long time because they had stockpiled chips. Ford is like that one squirrel that should have put some nuts away, but went out partying all day long.
Instead of storing their nuts?
Yes, storing their nuts.
That's what they should have done.
Yes. Protect your nuts. That's all I got to say.
Moral of the story.
Yes.
Okay, and then we have Marco Gallo.
Marco's back again. Thank you for that. Oh, look at that guy.
Laughing Lemon.
Laughing Lemon. That's right. I love Lemonheads. That's another candy I love. Lemonheads.
Oh, yeah. We need to get some more Lemonheads. Thank you so much, Marco. Yes. And then Mr. LV is back. Me again. Is the new Pilot going to resemble the MDX?
I don't think so. And the reason why I say that is because the Pilot has a little bit larger size. And I think that they're really going to focus on that third row, which the MDX, has a very tight third row.
Yeah.
So I think the Pilot will be larger. And
Pilot's pretty boxy. Do you think they'll keep the box?
I think they're going to stay because that seems to be the most popular thing right now.
Yeah. And then Juan Gardia, thanks, Juan. How long before electric vehicles fully take over?
I would love to pick a date for you.
When's the date?
What I can tell you is I can't tell you the exact date, but what I can tell you is Honda, who is one of the biggest auto manufacturers in the world, and also motorcycle manufacturers, lawnmowers, generators, pressure washers, lots of equipment they make, boat motors. They're not planning on going full EV until like 2040. So right then and there, that we're still going to have gasoline because a big manufacturer like Honda is not going to go full EV until at least 2040. So just so you know, but I don't know the exact date. Hopefully like the year 3000.
Okay, the year 3000.
Yes.
Nikito Nipong wants to know, will we ever get Renault, Peugeot?
No, that's a great question. I get that from time to time. We were supposed to. I think they would be really
We had Renault once, didn't
we? Oh, we had Renault and Peugeot, but they don't sell. And the problem is that Americans are not familiar with the brand overall. So when you just show up and say, hey, buy my car, you got big shoes to fill to go up against these other manufacturers. So I don't think it's a smart choice, at least, especially right now with the way everything else is going.
And then Mark Cooper says, is the CX-60 reveal a good sign for things to come for the U.S.? Interior looks sleek. Powertrain sounds good.
I think CX-60 definitely is. And it's nice to see Mazda bringing some great stuff. I can't wait to get behind the wheel of the CX-50. I'm really excited for that. But the CX-60 looks really great. And I can't wait for the new Mazda 6 with an inline 6 turbocharged engine and rear-wheel drive.
Yeah, no kidding.
Yeah.
JT has a super chat. Thanks, JT. Any news on the redesigned Murano?
JT, great question, and thank you for the super chat. Still the same story. I think that they're debating on whether they're going to keep the Murano. The Murano's an odd duck. I'll be honest with you, and I don't mean that in a bad way. I just mean that it doesn't really have a place.
Yeah.
The Pathfinder is so good and so many people love the Rogue.
Yeah.
I don't know why they would have the Murano, to be honest with you. Because at the end of the day, they got to look at sales. And if they're not selling, then that's that.
Yeah. Yeah, that's a really good point. Any news on the 2023 Honda CR-V? Jeff wants to know.
Nothing new since the information that we shared on Raiti's Rides about it not too long ago. I'm going to expect something a little closer near the end of the year, maybe like the LA Auto Show.
Do you think that Brandon wants to know, do you think the electric Blazer SS will be similar to the Cadillac Lyriq?
Yes, I think, Brandon, that's a great question. And obviously, because they're both General Motors products, I think that the Blazer will have the same platform as the Lyriq.
And then Jeff has a super
from
chat
Canada.
From Canada. I guess you'll be reviewing flying cars in the year 3000.
Probably. That probably will be.
Which, didn't you want to be a pilot at some point when you're?
Yeah, I actually
so
wanted to join the Air Force and wanted to be a airplane pilot. I don't know why I'm
an airplane pilot.
One of those things fly airplanes. No, I really wanted to fly like an F-16. That's what I wanted to fly.
Well, that sounds pretty cool.
Even though my favorite plane, believe it or not, is a plane that's voted as one of the ugliest.
What's that?
But I still love it. It's an A-10 Warthog.
Is that why they call it a Warthog? Because it's ugly?
It looks like a Warthog, ugly like a Warthog. Plus, the other nickname for it is Tank Killer.
Oh,
yeah,
the Tank Killer.
Yes.
Yeah, I think I've heard that.
Yes.
Let's see.
Danny Alex has a great question. Do you think the V12 engine is dead? I think it really is at the end of the road because to get that thing to pass emissions is going to take a song and a dance. It really is.
Yeah. And a hope and a prayer.
Yeah.
Patrick wants to know what you'd recommend to his friend looking to replace a Chevy Cruze sedan, a Mazda 3, a Honda Civic.
To be honest with you, I think the car that I like the most is the Mazda 3. I like the way the Mazda 3 interior is. I personally would buy a Mazda 3 hatchback, but I also like the new Civic. It would be really tight, close. Have them drive the vehicle. If you want the most room and you want the better driver, the better driving car, I would go Honda Civic. But the Mazda 3 is a very nice commuter car. 3. The seats are super comfy.
Turbo, it's fun.
Yeah, it is.
Jerome Levesque Boucher, hello from snowy Quebec. Thank you so much for your super chat. Finally received my 6MT Wrangler Willys today.
Cool.
For wifey, what's your take on the Prius all-wheel drive E?
Very, very cool. Well, congratulations and thank you for the super chat. I think, the Prius all-wheel drive E, especially for those that are living in cold climates, will be something that's really good. And I'm, even though I don't want to buy an EV, I want to get behind the wheel of the BZ4X and drive it because I want to see how it drives.
Which we're doing
at
the end of next month.
This month in 2 weeks.
Yes.
In 2 weeks.
So thank you so much.
Great question, and thank you for the super chat. Congrats to you and your wife on the Jeep.
Yeah, no kidding. Jason, thank you so much.
Thank you for your generosity, man. That's really nice of you. And remember, all the super chats, we put that in the piggy bank so that we could go and travel to these different things to bring the feedback.
Guys, this is funny. We've been rewatching The Sopranos. I'm sure you guys have all watched it. So this is really sweet. So Jason says, you're an excellent teacher and natural speaker. One of your attributes is the use of your Italian hand to point out and accentuate features of the car.
That is right.
That is so true,
You are so right about that. How can you not notice it, right?
You are an excellent teacher.
But
and
thank you, Jason. I really appreciate that.
And for those of you that are newer to the channel, Joe was a high school teacher for 18 years.
High school history and psychology teacher for 18 years.
Yeah, so that definitely
I made it out alive.
Your stripes.
Yes.
And then I think this says Cloud. Thank you for the super chat. When will we see Lori doing car reviews and Joe being the cameraman? Well, you've actually done it a couple times.
You have done it a couple times.
I think you'd have to pry my hands off.
You love being behind the camera. Everybody thinks that I'm stopping you from being in front of the camera.
It's funny. I have a tremendous anxiety about just doing this, guys. Mm-hmm. So to be able to do a review of a car, it would take me like a month to prepare. So you wouldn't get any content.
Yeah, so it'd be like we're still waiting.
Everybody's sitting around waiting. But thank you for saying that. I really appreciate it. And then Benji is back. Benji, you're so sweet.
Thank you, Benji.
2 questions. What does it take to get into legit racing? And would you be able to do a video teaching us to race the proper way, like what you were explaining with the NSX video that you did?
Well, Benji, that's a great question. And I am working on something behind the scenes, trying to get behind the wheel of a certain car. I'm not letting the cat out of the bag.
I'm not saying anything.
Don't let the cat out of the bag. That is one of the things I wanted to focus on. And remember how I was talking about with Jaden's question about expanding our coverage?
Yeah.
I really want to show, I think something simple that a lot of people don't understand is how to position your seat. And that when you're sitting behind the wheel of a race car or a car that you're going to drive on a track, you don't want to be like this.
Wait, this isn't how you drive?
No, going like this. You want to have a nice bend in the elbows, and that allows you to be able to have that full movement. But we will be bringing some of that. I'm working on it. I want to tell you guys so badly, but the plans are not fully together yet. So stay tuned. What I can tell you is that we're going to be driving. Actually, we already drove the Porsche 718 GT4 RS
at
Willow Springs. So, and what's cool about Willow Springs, raise your hand if you have seen the movie Ford versus Ferrari.
I think everybody's hands are up.
Well, there's that one person over there that's
just, they're eating.
I don't think they're even paying attention. That's how it was in class sometimes. There's always that one person that's not even paying attention. Very, very good. In the movie Ford versus Ferrari, at the beginning, when Ken Miles is driving his Cobra on the racetrack, that is Willow Springs.
I know, how cool
So there's a connection there.
That's so cool.
Really, really cool.
So, and when is that video going to be?
That's going to be March 22nd.
That's right.
Yes, stay tuned.
Stay tuned for that.
Stay tuned. It's awesome.
So thanks, Jason. Thank you, Cloud. Thank you, Benji.
Dan the man.
Dan the man. Since you're in Florida, will you be going to the F1 Miami Grand Prix? Tickets were sold out so quick. Do you think Max can win again?
Dan, that's a really great question. Unfortunately, because of our travel schedule, we actually have a media event. We actually have a media event. We're not even going to be able to make it to Sebring this year because we're flying out on Saturday, right? Yeah, Saturday. So, and that's the day of the race. So, unfortunately, we're not going to be able to go. And that's the thing is we need to bring you guys the content. So to do that, we have to sacrifice
some of the races.
Believe
me, we catch them on TV.
Yeah, I want to go, and I wanted to get tickets, but it wasn't even on the radar because I already knew we had a media event to go to. So, but I do think Max can definitely pull it off again. It's going to be interesting to see like Lando Norris. I really want. I have high hopes for him, or newer people, so to speak. And it's going to be interesting to see what Aston Martin brings to the table and all that kind of stuff. So I'm excited.
And then Marcus is watching from Spain.
Wow, that's awesome. That is. I wish I was in Spain right now.
I know. I wish definitely we were in Spain. I would love to visit Europe sometime.
Barcelona.
Soon. Yes.
Yes.
All right. So let me scroll down here because we just got another super chat. David, hi, Raise Rice family. Joe, wish me a happy 40th birthday.
Well, David, happy birthday to you, man. Thank you for the super chat.
For the
birthday present on your birthday. But we really appreciate you, David. You're really a great fan and supporter. Happy birthday. We really appreciate many more.
And we appreciate you celebrating your birthday with us here.
Yes. How awesome is that? Danny, Alex has a question. The new BMW M2 will be revealed this year, according to the BMW North American site. Am I excited? Yes, I am definitely excited for the new M2, especially after I drove the M240i. If you have not seen that review, it's on the channel. The new 2022 BMW M440i. It's faster than the previous gen M2. So something to think about there.
Wardell Ward, Joe, when is Toyota going to add a turbocharge to the RAV4?
That's a great question. I don't see it in the foreseeable future. I think they're going to keep using for right now that 2.5 liter inline four engine.
A. Radley, any inside scoop on the GR Corolla?
Yes. End of this month, I will have it for you. So stay tuned.
Ionis DG is watching from Greece.
Wow, Greece, Spain.
I know.
How awesome is that?
Yeah. Mr. LV is back. Thanks, Mr. LV. Trading in my 18 Mazda 6 toward the end of the year. Would you recommend an 1819 Audi SQ5 or an 1819 Acura RDS A-Spec for reliability and resale?
Mr. LV, that's a great question. Thank you again for another super chat. I really enjoy the RDX. I remember the first time we had a press fleet vehicle of the Acura RDX. It was an A-Spec. Yeah. It was white. I love the way it drives. The super handling all-wheel drive, the interior, especially the colors. Like if you get white with the red or even blue with the red, like I dig that. So I would prefer the RDX. I'm not really a big fan of the SQ5. To me, it sort of looks a little odd, a little boring, a little bland.
Well, and I think he hits the nail on the head too at the end with the reliability and the resale. I mean, it's like you can't really go wrong with that.
Great question, Mr. LV, and good luck with your choices. I don't know how to pronounce the first name. I know the Watson.
McQuavius Watson.
He says Elantra N versus Type R. Which are you choosing? I think in the end, I'm going to have to go Type R. And the reason why is that the track superiority is that much better. If you're not going to track the car at all, I would probably go with the Elantra N because I love the sound of it. And I love the technology inside and those seats.
Yeah.
But if you want to be the fastest, if you got the skills, first you got to have the skills. But if you want to be the fastest around the track and compared to a Type R, the Type R is the way to go.
That's a tough, really tough question.
It's tough.
That's a really tough question. Anthony Baez.
Anthony Baez says, what do you like about the 2023 Toyota Sequoia? What do I not like about it? I love the way it looks.
Looks good.
I think that the technology is finally there. Great seating, great colors, great options. And I know somebody, I forgot who it was, but somebody had asked, are there going to be more reviews on the Sequoia? You better bet your bottom dollar. We're going to be bringing all the trims to you, so stay tuned for that.
Yeah, and then somebody else just asked about the 750,000 subscriber celebration. It's Antoine Lee Thomas.
Yes.
So thanks for bringing that up for anybody who is new. So just briefly, we are going to have it in May. May 15th is going to be at Walker Ford.
So we first of all, and not to cut you off.
No, please.
First of all, we definitely are going to hit 750K very, very soon. We're at 746,000. Unfortunately, our media travel schedule is slammed for April. Slammed. Like I'm talking about, like we don't get a week off, which is fine because we want to bring the best to you.
We got some good stuff.
So what we did was we already chose a date, May 15th at Walker Ford. It's a Sunday morning. And then 2 days after is when we're going to do the virtual giveaway.
So May, it's coming. So stay tuned because we're going to post all the information that you need on Instagram, Facebook, we'll have a Facebook
all
page,
over the place, TikTok,
and here
all
on
9
YouTube
yards,
in the community area. So stay tuned.
Orion, we are coming to the New York Auto Show. That's one of the reasons why we're going to be super busy in April. So stay tuned for that.
We got a lot of great stuff.
We got a lot of great stuff.
And then there was another question here. Oh, Mad Medina, I placed my order for the Explorer ST. What's your biggest thing that goes against the XST? I find the 2.3 liter shifting on the transmission too glitchy.
So with the Explorer ST, I would have to say
he's asking like maybe like the biggest zonk or
probably be the biggest zonk. I just think some of the stuff on the interior, I don't really love the infotainment screen. It's got that vertical screen, but the way that it drives, I personally like the way it drives. I think it handles really well. I mean, 400 horsepower once upon a time used to be like a ton of horsepower. Now there's other SUVs that have more, but I think as an overall package, especially if you get the big brake wheel and brake package, the vehicle looks great and handles great.
That's good.
But the interior is where some of the things that I zonk, especially the infotainment system.
Yeah, good point. Okay, so Bruce is considering a C7 and a C8 Corvette. Always wanted a Corvette. What are your thoughts?
Well, Bruce, if you always have wanted a Corvette and you want to stick to the true heritage of the Corvette, the true story behind the Corvette, then C7 is the way to go. Yeah. It's the last of the front engine. It's the last of a manual transmission, if that's something that you're looking at. Plus, to be honest with you, I know everybody has their favorites, and that's fine. My favorite is the C7. If you had a brand new C7 and a brand new C8, and you said, Joe, which one do you want? And I can't sell it, I'm going C7. Obviously, if I could sell it, I'd take the C8 and then go sell it. But the C7 is where I'm going. That's just me. And I understand that the C8 is a great car. Don't get me wrong. It's just I like the C7 better.
And we know plenty of people who have a C8 and they love their C8.
And that's fine. Same thing with the Shelby.
But I I'm stuck, Bruce, on the fact that you said you've always wanted a Corvette.
Yeah.
So there's something about the Corvette that you've always liked, and the C8 is so very different from that.
It's so very different.
So a C7 is probably the one to go with.
Yes.
Yeah, I agree.
Matthew Marino Jr. says, hey guys, love your channel. Your ZL1 1LE is awesome. I have a ZL1 as well. Same color. That's really cool, Matthew. It's great to have another ZL1 1LE. I actually just took her out. Remember on Sunday, I got to go for a little spin in her. She's running good.
So Zach, speaking of Camaro, Zach wants to know, do I get a 22 Camaro 2SS 1LE or wait for a 2023? Same with the Mustang.
I would say go for if you could get the allocation in, go for the 2SS 1LE because there are so many, there are so many what ifs. For example, right now, if you wanted to order, if you had an order in on a 1LE, ZL1 1LE, you're not getting it as of right now.
You're not getting it?
You're not getting it. And the reason why is they have no more carbon fiber rear wings. The manufacturer, something happened. There's no more carbon fiber rear wings, right? Seriously.
That's crazy.
Life is crazy.
It is crazy.
But eventually they're going to fulfill those orders, but those orders will have to be fulfilled first before anybody else. So I would say if you could get the allocation in now, jump on it and go with the 1LE. I love the SS1LE, and very soon we're going to be going back to Dimmitt Chevrolet because one of our friends that works there, his name is G. He's going to let us drive. He bought a brand new. I don't know if you remember, we did his red SS1LE. He bought a brand new Rapid Blue 2022 Rapid Blue SS1LE. So we're going to be bringing that.
So you definitely need to watch that.
Yes, with a manual transmission.
Very nice.
Yes.
Okay, let's see. What else do we have here?
We got Timothy. Timothy Dwight has a super chat. He says, I have a GMC Canyon 2015. I've been waiting to upgrade to a full size. Should I stick with GMC or look at other full sizes? I think if it was my money, I would look at a GMC Sierra, of course, or a Toyota Tundra. I like the Toyota Tundra.
Good.
Jaden's back again. He says, heads up, Cars on Main Open is May 14th in G-Town, Germantown,
Tennessee.
Thank you, Jaden, for throwing that out there. I remember it's a big show, car show in Jaden's neck of the woods, and always looks like there's a great turnout.
Well, I've seen this question a couple of times now.
What's that?
And it's passed. When are we going to get our hands on a Rivian?
We are still
wants to know.
We are still working on that. It takes time to communicate with manufacturers that we have not worked with yet, and we're waiting for a response back from them.
Being here in Florida makes it a little
very, very difficult because obviously they're based out of California, and that puts us behind the 8 ball a little bit. Yeah. But we're working on it. We're not giving up. We will bring it to you. I promise.
Yes. And then do you see Closed Trouble wants to know, do you see wagons coming back into style anytime soon?
Nope. I don't see them coming back. Do I think some companies will roll the dice and make some? Sure. But
I'm a big wagon.
Everybody's SUV crazy, man.
Wagons are so awesome.
I know.
Yeah. And then we've already talked about the manual Supra, but
wait, hold on a second. Oliver
DeVry?
Yes, Oliver DeVry has a question that just caught my eye. Yeah. Who do you consider the best Formula One driver of all time? That's so simple. I could do it blindfolded and holding my ear shut. I'll actually do it right now. Ayrton Senna. Ayrton Senna is the greatest of all time, especially during an age when they didn't have the technology that we have now. Another one, and I could do it again. I will do it again.
Please, yes.
Michael Schumacher. Yes, Michael Schumacher, another great, one of the greatest Formula One drivers. I put them both in front of Lewis Hamilton. And if you're a Lewis Hamilton fan, nothing against Lewis, he would be number 3 for me. But Ayrton Senna and Michael Schumacher, for me,
that's good.
Are in front.
That's good. Danny wants to know if you're all right with where BMW is headed with the design language. The redesigned 7 Series is going to have the big grille. How do you feel about it?
It's really bizarre, man. I feel like on the 2 Series, on the M2 440i, I like the way the front end looks. But the 3 Series and the 4 Series have grown on me. But I don't know with some of these other grille sizes. And to be honest with you, they're going towards electrification. And what the heck was that electrified M7 or whatever the hell it was at Chicago Auto Show, the electric BMW SUV we did.
Oh, the IXM.
Yeah, whatever it is. I don't even remember the dumb name of it. But the grill was just so ridiculous. I mean, it just looks dumb. But
it looks weird.
Now I'm getting negative, but I'm sorry.
I personally like some of the styling. Like I like
the interior.
Big fan of the M240i.
Yeah, but we're talking about that big monstrosity, man.
I know.
We had another question. Stefano wants to know if I still have the GT350. Yes, she is right that way in the garage.
In her room.
Yes, in her room.
Mr. LV, thank you so much for the super chat. Have you considered doing overseas car comparisons for reviews? For example, how the Tiguan R line has 189 versus overseas they have 320.
Mr. LV, that definitely is a dream of mine to go to some European countries for sure and do some car reviews over there, especially when it comes to comparisons, and especially to bring brands that don't exist here in the United States or cars that don't exist here in the United States. One thing I wish I could have went to this year was, and it's not Europe, obviously, but in Japan, the Tokyo Auto Salon this year's was like out of control, like in an amazing way. and I wish we were there.
And then Jaden has a super chat for you. An interesting review would be the Beast limo.
Ooh, yes, that's a great idea. We'll have to track that down.
You do it first,
right away.
Jaden.
Yes.
And then LS.
Larry, that's Larry.
Thank you, Larry, for the super chat. Hey, Joe and Lori, no question this time. Just been enjoying listening to everyone's questions and your answers. Keep up the great job.
Thank you,
so
Larry.
much,
We really appreciate you, man. And you always have great comments. Pretty much 95% of the time, I agree with whatever he says.
Well, that's nice.
Yeah. So.
Well, we're kind of caught up on time.
Yes.
So let's see here. Are you going to be able to make it to the Indy 500?
We're going to try, but we have to. It all comes down to our travel schedule.
Yeah.
It's one of those things.
We plan to go to a bunch of different things, and then we
have to cancel everything.
Well, because we get these great opportunities, and we don't want.
Yes, we can't pass up on these opportunities for sure.
Yep.
Wilson's Journey has a great question. When do you think the RDX will get a full digital speedometer? I think on the next redesign, the next gen redesign.
And then we have a great question here from Rufino Calderon. Will you be reviewing the Mazda CX-50?
Yes, next week.
And then we're going to give you specific.
We'll find out how many Twinkies we can put in there.
Next
that's
week,
for sure.
Rufino, we're doing that. So
yeah,
great.
What else we got? Thoughts on a manual Supra coming, Daniel? I think it's awesome that they're finally doing it. And it shows that they do believe in the true enthusiats, which is nice.
And Brandon says the Detroit Auto Show is back. Hopes that we're coming. We will be
there.
We
will be at the Detroit Auto Show for sure.
Yep.
What else we got? C5 for light pop-up. Yeah, so we got somebody saying that they like the C5 because of those pop-up headlights.
I love pop-up
headlights. And the last of the round taillights. Well, almost the last. The C6 had oval taillights.
And then I think it's Alcy Gray, how to balance husband and wife business ownership, starting with my wifey. You can do it.
Yes.
My advice, just make sure
communicate.
You know who does
what.
If she does her stuff and that's her job, and you do your stuff and that's your job, and you don't micromanage one another, you guys will be fine.
Yes.
Just don't do
that. And communicate.
Yep.
And always be willing to compromise.
That is always that's just great advice in general.
That's right. That's
being married.
Relationship.
Yeah.
Any relationship, not even necessarily married. Yeah.
True.
What else we got?
Well, it's 9 o'clock.
Dang, you guys make time go by so fast? You know that? We do got Jane again. He says, good luck talking to the Secret Service for that.
When you meet somebody in the Secret Service, Jane, you can hook us up.
I actually have an old student of mine that's an FBI agent.
Shh, don't tell anybody.
Oh, I wasn't supposed to tell.
Secret.
Whoops.
I don't know.
But anyways, we are so amped up for the Raity's Ride 750K coming up.
We're really excited.
We are amped up for all these great reviews that we're going to be bringing.
That you keep asking for.
Just wait. You are going to have your mind blown.
And we're going to be giving some away too, so get ready for that.
This person says that their question came twice but was not answered.
Oh, I'm sorry.
The problem is that when there's so many questions, it's hard to see.
There's thousands of comments.
Yes, and we got Jaden we got Jacob that's locking down. Thank you, Jacob, for moderating tonight.
We just saw your comment on Bassett-Basie, so I hope that helps. I'm sorry we didn't get to your question.
I don't know. That's who knows. There's if you
I don't even
scroll,
see your name up here.
If you scroll through it wasn't a super chat. I know that. I think he was just asking.
It might have been earlier
question.
On, so we may have missed it
so we're sorry we didn't get to it, but we love having all of you here, whether you super chat or not. Thank you for being here. Especially, of course, thank you for the generosity of all the people that super chat. We love answering your questions. We love being here with you and sharing all the great fun and excitement. But stay tuned for the upcoming 750K giveaways. Get to RaitiesRides.com and register your email. And what are we doing now?
We are
outing 5,000. So just like always, guys, we'll see you on the next ride. Bye, guys.
Bye, guys.
You guys are the best. See ya.